Well, well. Wooly here, guys. Welcome. To Friday Night Live at Wooly's house. It is, of course, Friday night. Let me just fix stuff, do stuff, arrange all the stuff that I didn't arrange beforehand. There's none of my dirty knickers hanging up on the line, which is always a positive, guys, when you start off your live stream without a pair of dirty knickers on the line. Happy, how's it going, buddy? So, at this moment in time, only subscribers, people who have been subscribed to Wooly's World for 5 months or longer can comment. Okay, that is to reduce the amount of spam and crap that we have been getting on the live feeds. Okay, so I have to set these things up every week in order to keep certain people away. And Tom, how's it going? And to keep certain people, Simon, you are welcome. It's just something that we have to do, unfortunately. So it is Friday night, and this is Woolies, and it's good dark tonight, guys. Is it actually 9 o'clock? Oh no, Peppy. Yeah, switch over and see if you can comment, because I'm not really sure how it works. Okay, so switch over to Conky and see if you can comment. So that is the reason why, if there's anybody on there and they can't comment, I apologize. Maybe I might try and turn it off in a little while. Let's see how we get on. Let me see if I actually can turn it off. I did something there. Moderation activity will not be shown. No, I need to see that. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I can undo what I just did, unfortunately. So here is the crack. What have I been up to all week? Guys, this week I have been working. Pete, how's it going? Gunky, you're here. It works. I have been working all week. It is, we have had a week of sunshine. So everybody in the world has decided that this week is the time to cut their grass for the first time. And they have gone out and they have gone, I can't actually cut my grass, it's too long. Better ring Wooly. So I've been cutting grass and I have been lifting that bloody lawnmower in and out the back of that pickup truck, and it is so heavy. It is so heavy. And of course, last weekend I went down and I used all my lumber to build a table. So all my decent, anything that I could use to make a foldable ramp for the back of the pickup truck, I used to make that bench. Unfortunately. Can of Coke tonight, guys. I'm very, very cutting wind, Tom. That would be the way. Yeah, cutting wind. I was in Dundalk Wednesday morning, and it was lovely here. It was really warm here, really sunny, and like when I was out working and not in Dundalk, I was out working here, and I was thinking to myself, this is actually warm enough that you could take off your t-shirt when you're working. It was that type of heat. And I went to Dundalk, and it was freezing. It was sunny and freezing, and I had to climb up a tree for my mother-in-law. I was sort of planning on trimming a couple of branches for her, but there's some of them are so into a big, a 4 row of electric wires. There's just some of them are just into that, and I'd be looking at every time I'm there, I'm looking at it going, yeah, maybe if I go up and do this and I go up and do that, I'd be able to get them down without getting them to mesh in with the wires when I'm pulling the branches down. It's not a big tree, 15 feet maybe tall. It's a good width. It's been well trimmed and trimmed and trimmed. It's a birch, but one of the branches has just flown away up, and it's very spindly, and it's you would probably need a step ladder to go up and put a rope on it and pull it away from the branch from the wires, but you couldn't get up to it, you know, because it's so spindly and there's no other branch. There's 3 other branches on the tree, but I climbed up the tree. I went up on a ladder to just sort of trim off a little bit of the branches and stuff and give her a wee bit more light, the stuff that's not touching the electricity wires. And I went up, and it was like just mental. It was like, I was like, it's really windy up here. I think I'm going to come down now. And then I stuck the saw into my hand. The hand saw, wasn't the chainsaw. But I got the grass cut, did some good deeds, cut some grass for people that needed a hand. So it was nice. It was nice. But I recorded a video. I recorded a load of videos. I split a load of wood yesterday. Made a couple of videos, did some kindling stuff and all that jazz. And I just edited the bench video as well. Man, there was a lot of footage. It must be 50 minutes of footage. 20 minutes was as short as I could get it. They are live, Simon. They are live. They are like 4, you know when they have 4 wires running together, and if something joins 2 of them, you know, it's going to spark and it's going to short, you know. So that is always what I'm aware of. I remember people throwing chains up around the wires around here around Halloween, and you could wrap the chains around the 4 strands, and they would all stick together and short out all the electricity in the village. Chippy, how's it going, buddy? So it is they glowed in foggy weather. How dodgy is that, boy? Jesus Christ. But no, it's something that that should have been trimmed 2 years ago and didn't get trimmed, and it just has grown up into this thing. And she doesn't even want the tree. She wants the tree gone. Like, but it's like in a back garden in an estate in Dundalk. So there's a lot going on there. It's one of these things that I look at and I go, yeah, I could possibly do something, but this is definitely out of my skill set. You know, like if the branch was gone, I'd just cut the tree down. It'd be fine. It's not big enough to go anywhere, you know. And I always be thinking about it. Yeah, maybe do this, do that. And then I go look at it and go, that's dodgy as, boy. That is so dodgy. And there's a lot of unknowns. I don't know what would happen if the branch whipped back into those power lines, you know, because it is blowing into them anyway. Nothing seems to be happening. But I am not a knowledgeable enough tree guy to know what to do, if that makes sense. Does it? Does it? Of course, Tom. The only way is standing on an aluminium ladder. Aaron Camp is on tomorrow. Are you going to be there? Nobody turned up last week except Donica. But so a probably, Aaron, a probably. So I was out splitting wood, right? And I was thinking to myself, was it yesterday or was it the day before? Anyway, yesterday. It was roasted. It was so hot. It was lovely. Just really sunny and fresh and just splitting wood. There's the rain on now. Aaron, bring a coat by it. It could be very wet. So no, they've come out and looked at this and they've said no twice. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, they should do. I don't know if it's because it's a private residence or what the situation is there, Simon, but I'll tell her to get on to them again. That branch is gone. I'll just fell it and take the wood away, you know. So there'd only be like 10 rounds in it, maybe 10, 16-inch rounds. It's not very tall. It is the length of one. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense, that measurement. I was going to say it doesn't make sense at all. Right, so this is what I was thinking, right? When I was splitting wood. this is what I was thinking. I want to go back to the composite versus, what would be the word? Wooden handle axes. Wooden handle is a more traditional style axis. So the new style versus the more traditional style axis, right? So I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking about axemanship. I don't know if I touched on this the last time, but this is something that I want you guys to think about, right? Basically, a composite handle or a Fisker style axe is like a training axe, right? It is more forgiving if you make mistakes. Therefore, if you are using a Fisker style axe all the time, you're not learning how to use an axe properly because you're not worried about overstrike. You don't have to learn how to flick wood away, or how to work your way around a big round or stuff like that, or how to start at one side and work cracks and do all that, because it's not as relevant. Because if you whack the handle, there's less chance that it's going to break, technically. Do you know what I mean? So is that doing away with the craft of axemanship, or will it do away with it? You know, so if you are given something that won't break when you are young, and you are told to go split wood with it, you don't really, Benjamin, how's it going, buddy? You don't really have to learn the fine skills of using an axe to split wood. Does that make sense? Am I just completely overthinking this whole thing? Or does that make sense, guys? You know, so it's like you don't have to learn those things, because it's not that important, because your axe is not going to break if you make a mistake. Wow, I didn't know that. Benjamin, crush your finger in the log splitter. Are you splitting logs with a log splitter while watching this? Stanley, Dewalt, Black and Decker is the company. That is the three brands that company produces. Dewalt being the upper end, Black and Decker being the lower end, and Stanley being right smack in the middle. So, oh no way, really? Bad? Is it bad, Benjamin? I really need some firewood. I still have not split all the firewood at the back, but I really feel like I need more firewood. I must see if I can drive around the country and find a tree that has blown down and ask somebody if I can have it. Wow, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. How did that happen? Imagine the lawsuit if you're swinging your lovely DeWalt, Stanley, or whatever it is, sledgehammer up to hit something and the head falls off and hits you. Oh, oh, Benjamin. Oh, that's cat boy. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Oh, a crushed hand would be rough, boy. Lack of awareness. Yeah, I understand that. A momentary lapse in reason. Yeah, what type of splitter was it, Benjamin? Oh, my eyes are tired. Oh no! I hate the gloving. Oh, it's so rank. Oh, oh, did they get the skin put back on? Or is it done? Oh, that's a tough one, boy. I don't wear a wedding ring. I don't wear a wedding ring. I was fixing a sign one time when I worked in the Outdoor Pursuit Centre, and I jumped down off the sign And when I jumped down, I just caught the bottom of my wedding ring on a little small piece of aluminium L bar. Is that what you call it? Angle iron? Angled aluminium. Just caught it like that way. And I just managed to grab on and lift it back up. I was only about 10 foot in the air. My feet were only about 3 foot off the ground. And it just would have went like that. Just peeled. Just would have skinned my finger and just would have turned the skin inside out. If I hadn't have caught myself. I was seconds away, milliseconds away from completely degloving my finger. Wow. And I stopped wearing a wedding ring after that to work. And then you just end up not wearing it, you know. So, Jesus, Benjamin, I hope you heal up okay. That's terrible. Conky, do you own an ice cream company? Do you? I was looking forward to having some ice cream today, but I didn't have any in the house, and I am home alone. Yes, that is the thing. It will heal. And chicks dig scars. That's what you got to remember. Look, check out my newest one there. Top of your offhand, guys. The most common place for an injury is the top of your offhand. Crazy. So, what do you think of my axe theory? Is it true? Is it relevant? Does it make sense? Or am I just overthinking this? Let me know what you think, guys. I want to discuss this. It has been on my mind. Oh, and this is exactly how I built the bench. Jesus. Oh, I asked a question about composite handle axes versus your more traditional style axe. Is it actually removing the need for axemanship? And will axemanship all but disappear if you have an axe that is virtually indestructible, so it doesn't matter how you split your wood? That was my question. Sorry. And that is our topic for discussion tonight. This is what I want to talk about. We started touching this last week, Benjamin, and we were talking about composite handles replacing wooden handles. Okay, you know, so your ash or your hickory handles. Well, the problem here is that ash is gone or going here, so we're not going to have that type of thing anymore. Yeah, but the head snaps off the wooden handle ones as well, you know. Do you want to see something? Do you want to see something? I alluded to this the other day in my Instagram posts and in the community section, guys. But something amazing happened on Monday. Tell me who's seen it, yes or no? Because if you've all seen it, there's no point showing it to you. Give me a yes or a no in the thing. But will it die out, Benjamin? This is the question. You know, if kids are being given composite handle axes to learn how to split wood, they don't need to worry about the fine skills. I was going to myself, saluting? What is saluting? What sort of a strange term is this? Okay. Here goes. I'll be back. I need to take off my coat for this. are you doing? What are you doing? Going out? Okay, so the other week, right? Oregon contacted me, and they said we want you to make a video for us, right? But it's not a video that you're going to put up on YouTube. We want you to do these. There's a list of things that I want you to do on our website. Do these things, record a video, and send it to me. Send it to us. I went, okay, sure, why not? So I did it, right? And I didn't think anything of it. And they sent me this. Sent me an Oregon hat. Have you seen this? Now tell me if you've seen this. They sent me an Oregon hat, guys. They sent me an Oregon cool bag as well. They sent me an Oregon chainsaw USB. I thought the little thing was just a keyring, but it's a USB. That video actually hasn't come out yet, so you still know what I'm talking about. And they sent me this. Hang on. They sent me an Oregon Carhartt active jacket. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's American style, isn't it? They sent me an Oregon. They sent me an Oregon Carhartt jacket, guys. Can you believe it? My first new Carhartt jacket. Let me fix the camera. Check it out, guys. An Oregon Carhartt jacket. An Oregon Carhartt jacket. Can you believe that? Damn you, Indiana dog. I can't believe it. Look, this is my other one. Look at the difference in the color in them. This one is so old. But this one has the leather patch. Whereas this one does not. But check that out. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, boy. The box came and I was thinking to myself, I came home. It has to be like, you know, and a cool, like, and loads of stuff, a big box full of stuff, right? And I was sitting there and Siobhan says, there's big boxes. Well, hang on a second. Big box of stuff there. And I was like, what the hell is this? What is this? What have I ordered? What have I ordered and forgotten about? Doug, you're very welcome. And so I opened it up and I could not. Look at that product placement right there. Look at that. Look. Guys, I could not believe it. I was like, what the hell is, you know, what? Do you know, it was so unexpected. I really did not. I thought they would send me some stickers or something. Do you know what I mean? You know, they asked me what size I took, right? I thought, right, go send me a couple of t-shirts and everything, just or something. Just completely forgot about it. Went away off doing other stuff for a couple of weeks, and then it just lands in the post. Not a word. Not a like, hey, well, we're going to send you this for doing this for us. I was just, yeah, unreal, absolutely unreal. So there you have it. What can you say to that? Like an Oregon Carhartt jacket. Yeah. It means I have to. Oh, it means that I have to get rid of another jacket. I'm not allowed to just amass jackets anymore. If one comes in, one has to go out. Something has happened down here. My little trapdoor fell off. Oh Jesus! I found something there. If any of you guys are subscribed to my other channel, the worst injury I ever had was the time I hit myself on the hand with the axe. Possibly. I've broken my toe, broken my nose a couple of times. But no, hitting myself with the axe was probably the worst. But it was not an impact cut, or it was not an impact injury. It was a cut injury because the axe was incredibly sharp. So it sliced me open as opposed to mashing me up. If the axe hadn't have been sharp, it would have been a much worse injury because I would have been swinging the bloody thing. So I probably would have cut my hand, cut straight down into my hand there, which is what happened. So I've shown you that before, guys. I think. So what happened was I had a piece of wood in my hand like this, and I had the axe sitting on top of it like this. And what I was going to do is I was just going to push the axe into the piece of wood and then split it open like that in front of a group. Oh, I know, Doug. We had a big night about him a couple of weeks ago, and last week before. And what happened is the axe just slipped off and went into my hand like that, and split me open. And I think I had to get 8 stitches, maybe 8 stitches or something like that. I know it was an awful shock, Doug, wasn't it? It really was. I didn't. Jesus. Yeah, Roddy died, Benjamin. Roddy died. I think he had a brain tumor of some description. No, he definitely had a brain tumor of some description. Whether or not it was the brain tumor that actually killed him, I don't know. But yeah, he died 2 weeks ago, maybe. 2 weeks ago, guys, maybe more. I knew that he was sick, but I hadn't heard from him in so long, and I had been reaching out to him. You know, we had been talking about him on the live feed streams and stuff. And I had reached out to him a couple of times, but he hadn't responded. So I just figured that he was probably sick. But yeah, I still wasn't really expecting Doug. But Doug messaged me and let me know. Where did you must have saw it on Facebook, Doug? Did you? I'm not on Facebook a lot anymore. You see, so if I have the computer on, I will put on Facebook and have a quick scroll through it. But I find that it sucks the life and energy out of me. I really don't like being on it. It's too much crap. Jesus Christ. Just shite. So, yeah, so I posted some stuff. If you go into the community section of Woolly's World, there's a couple of links to some charities that the family were asking for donations to. It's nothing to do with me or anything like that. This is something that I found on Roddy's homepage, on his home Facebook page, that the family had put up. So you can donate something to this charity that obviously looked after him, or they were researching something to do with ice cream, bagpipes, still chainsaws, and what else? What else did he love? He loved that little home light. Didn't somebody give him a home light saw or something? And he loved that. And I have an axe here that he sent me. So he sent me a draw knife as well and a Metallica t-shirt. Who was Jed? I don't know Jed, do I? Oh, I think I saw something. Doug, did you have something up about that? Was he a tree climber, was he? It was a very strange situation, to tell you the truth, guys. I sort of, like, obviously I was sad, but it's like, this is somebody that through the channel and stuff, so it's a little bit. I felt the whole thing just was a little bit strange. Obviously it was sad, but it was also a little bit strange. But yes, unfortunately, that's what happened. That's what happened. Let me see if I can find the link. Yeah, this is it. He was very funny. I love the way that he typed stuff up. He always typed the way that I imagine he spoke. Do you know what I mean? So where is my channel? Apparently I am live on my channel right now. Roderick Ferguson. So that's the link. Okay. If you want to donate, you click on that link. Okay. Let me get rid of all that. Let me get rid of all that and get me back. Oh, no way. Okay. Yeah, I've watched Guilty of Treason a fair few times. I've watched their stuff. And what happened to him? Did he get sick? Or was it an accident? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's mental. That is mental, right? It's funny. I have these conversations with people all the time. All the time. You have had these conversations with people. If you're into chainsaws and people know that you're into chainsaws, somebody at some stage has come up to you and said, "Oh, you like chainsaws? Would you come cut this tree down?" And you turn and you're like, "Yeah, I'll come and have a look." And you go and you look at the tree, and it is mental. It is just a death trap, absolutely just waiting to eat whoever goes near it. And they're like, "Oh, you can just cut it down there and it'll be fine." And you're like going, "This is mental. Do not try to cut this tree down yourself. You will die." And they're like, "Oh, no, sure, it's just a tree. Sure, just get the saw and cut it down and it'll fall over and everything will be fine." Like, people do not have a clue, boy. Do not have a clue how dangerous trees are. They really don't. And I don't think it even comes into their head that there's a possibility that this could go wrong and people could get absolutely horribly smashed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can remember looking at a job before when me and a friend of mine used to do some tree work. And now we knew ropes and we knew how to do all that stuff. But some of this stuff, like if we turned up the job to price it and looked at it and went, right, this needs a professional tree surgeon. This needs a big company to come in and do this job. And that's what this was. This was along the top of a hill, cresting the top of a hill on a really busy road, right? And there was probably about 30 trees surrounding this little field, and about 10 of them were along the road, and the rest of them were all massively deformed, hanging away out like this, huge trees, like 5-footers, big stumps, houses, everything, like. And just like I looked at it and went, "Oh my God, that would be mental." You would have to put traffic lights in place, you'd have to have climbers and chippers running and like no room to put them. So everything where you'd be dropping the trees would be the only place where you could put your chipper, and it just was like mental. Yeah, the ash is going to be a problem, boy. And your man was like, "Yeah, just get a digger and just push them over. It'll be fine." And I was like, "No, you won't. Because somebody will die." Somebody will die. That's what will happen. If you come on it with that attitude, somebody will die. It is just, and so many people, But just put a wee cut knot and knock it over that way. And you're like, so if this goes wrong, I'm probably going to set that orphanage on fire. Do you know what I mean? It's warm now. But yeah, and that shows you, like, this guy Jed was obviously a very, very, very experienced tree guy. And yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, sure are. Yeah, they're hard to deal with, aren't they? They're hard to deal with. Yeah, I know. Roddy wasn't that old, boy. Wasn't that old. There's been £2,596 raised so far. He was 58. Yeah, it's tough. I'm going to go off that page now. So, guys, if you do feel like donating, if you do feel like mentioning that you're friendly with him online or whatever it is, you know, feel free. As I said, it's nothing. I haven't set this up. It's nothing to do with me. This is his family that has done this, guys. Yeah. So I'm going to cut down a tree in his honor. I'm going to cut down a tree and I'm going to plant a tree in its place. This is what we were talking about the last time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his axe and I'm going to cut down a tree with it, because I have a tree that I was going to use his axe for anyway. But I'm going to cut down a tree and I'm going to put a Scots pine in its place and let that be Roddy's tree, and it'll grow down at Red Branch for 150 years, and that'll do. And that's a good one, I think. So yeah, like he sent me that big beast of an axe, that beast of a Scottish axe that he found somewhere. I don't know where he found it. The 200-year-old Scottish made axe, you know, like made in Edinburgh or something. So yeah, it's a good. Yeah, I thought it was fitting. You know, it has everything in it that he liked. So well, that he was interacted with on the channel, planting trees, cutting trees, you know, using axes and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, he was a funny guy. He really was funny. I did enjoy him in the live feeds, you know. Yes. Anywho, that is sad. Sad, isn't it? It's sad. Listen. So up and coming. We got nowhere with what the topic of conversation was tonight. Doug, do you ever listen to Tool? I'm really listening to a lot of Tool at the minute. They're class band, eh? Class band. I got to move on from Roddy a little bit because I'm getting a little bit depressed. So I didn't really cover anything that I wanted to cover tonight, guys. I do not have a lot of chainsaw content at the minute. I have Jesus, Doug, they're class, boy. They are class. How have I missed out on that band? I've always just sort of skirted around the outside of them, but no, I'm listening to a lot of them. Anytime I'm in the car, I'm listening to them. So I have not fixed the 435. It's literally getting into a stage where hopefully this week we'll have cleared up a load of work, and I'll have a few days next week where I can do some things. Projects at Red Branch is going to take up a lot of time. So that's a band I've never listened to. Are they not a Christian band? No. No, am I mixing them up with puddle and mud, maybe? Or mud? Don't remember. So I have these things to do at Red Branch, which means that if I'm stuck into doing stuff at Red Branch, there's not going to be a lot of chainsaw stuff. So it's always going to be a balance. So, but that's why it is Woolly's World and it's not Woolly's Chainsaws. Is oh really? It's that's why it is Woolly's World and it's not Woolly's Amazing Chainsaw Adventures. You know, so. But I want to get the 435 fixed. So at some stage, I'm going to have to find the time to replace the carb on the 435. So I have to teach myself how to do that. And if that doesn't work, I'm chucking it in the bin. It's going in the bin, and I'm just going to buy a new chainsaw, even though I have no money to buy a new chainsaw. Tool Singer is in a perfect circle. I did not know that. Are they Canadian? There'll be no Moby this year. Hey, I have no plans to shave. I have no plans to do anything like that. But hey, look, all that might change. I might take a notion on the side that I want to do another charity event. But I probably will do another charity event from Ohio. I always think he sings with a bit of a Canadian accent. She's a boot sometimes, you know. So maybe it's just me. It is hard to make out what he's actually singing. So that is a serious tune, boy. A serious tune. But they base 90% of their songs that I have listened to are as good, if not better than that song. They really are good band. Jesus Christ. And different. Yeah. Tool and Metallica. It's all it seems to be what I'm listening to at the minute. Guys, listen. If only we could get tannerite in this country, Benjamin. We spent a long time in this country blowing stuff up illegally, so explosives are hard to come by. Ross on the land, how's it doing, buddy? What's the crack? So this is the thing. It is hard to get ammunition. It is hard to get guns. It is hard to get, even harder to get explosives. So much so that we actually invented ways of making explosives out of what do you call that stuff? Fertilizer. So that's what we were famous for, making bombs out of fertilizer. There's a wee bit of Irish history you probably never knew that you were going to hear. Yeah, so the people from a Chinese robot mower on tracks. Simon, were you not on here last week saying that you had another Chinese thing on tracks that broke? A Chinese robot mower on tracks. I don't know. I never heard of such a thing. I've heard of ones on wheels. Yes, the electric dumper. Do you think the Chinese robot on tracks is going to last longer than the Chinese dumper on tracks? Are we seeing a bit of a trend here? Oh, they sent you a replacement as well, and it's crap too. Jesus, that was a serious bit of cash for it to be terrible. Let me do something. Oh, no. Cancel. Wrong button. I nearly ended the whole thing. That would have been a disaster. Go listen to that. Guys, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. It is Friday night. It is Friday Night Live at Woolies. I need to get my ass in gear, and I need to... Peterson's Farm of Nashville, how's it going? You guys always jump in just when I'm signing off. Not you personally, Peterson's Farm, but I always be like, okay, bye-bye, everybody. And loads of people go, Wooly, what's the crack? I suppose we can keep her going. We can't make Conky cry, so we'll keep her going for a little bit longer. Peterson's Farm, you're very welcome, guys. It is nice to have you in the comments. No, it's not over, Conky. I changed my mind, guys. So what do we got to do? I got to build some stuff. I got to cut some stuff. I got to split some stuff. I got to cut some more stuff, but in a different way, which would be grass. It never ends, never ends. Once it is started, it will not end until October. I will be cutting grass every week from now till October. It is absolutely fantastic, I have to say. But I know, do you know, here's the thing, right? The difference between a new Carhartt and the old ones that I have is unbelievable. It sits like a suit of armor. Look, the hood just sort of stands up on its own. Guys, look, Oregon sent me a Carhartt jacket. Check that out. So when you put it on, it's like it just sort of sits like that, like that. Like it doesn't sit down on your head or anything. It just sits up like that. I know, don't threaten me. I know, it just keeps going back. So, yeah, this is it. So, I'm planting. I think I'm probably done with the planting trees for this season, but I'm going to keep them healed in down there, and I'm going to. Ross, I have a push mower. That's it. I cut a lot of grass. I cut about 8 hours a week grass with a push mower, and it's compact tractor would be amazing, but I just don't think I'm ever going to be able to swing it. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to save up enough to get a compact tractor. I just, it sure does. It sure does. The best thing about it is, we see zero turns are not something that you get here. They're not something. I've seen them for sale secondhand the odd time, but they would cost the price of a compact tractor. Yes, Conky, you are right. Get those thumbs up, people. So I've researched it. And well, this is the thing, Simon. There's no point buying a zero turn or a right-on mower, right? Because if I save up enough to buy one of those, I can save for a little bit longer and have enough to buy a compact tractor. There's not that much of a difference, right? When you're getting into the stuff that I would need to last, right? So I need something that can lift stuff, right? I know we've been through this. We've been through this all. We've done videos about it. We've done live streams about it. We've talked this to death already. So I apologies for people who have been part of this whole process. But this is for you guys, Ross on the Land and Peterson's Farm and stuff like that. Well, you see, this is the other thing. An ATV with a pull behind motor would also work, but I need something that can lift stuff. I need to be able to move stuff like wood chip and gravel and stuff like that. So, guys, Pappy's lost it again. Pappy, you're a fractured man. Your mind is fractured into a million pieces with all these alter egos that you come up with. So this is the thing. So an ATV with a pull behind mower, is not that much. There's not a lot of difference in price between that and a second-hand compact tractor. So this is what my train of thought is. So to save up to buy a compact tractor would be the absolute business. To make a YouTube channel that is successful enough that maybe somebody who runs compact tractor companies wants to give me one to use on the channel would be a much better outcome. Is that going to happen with my 100 YouTube subscribers a month that I'm sitting at the minute? I don't think so, boy. Oh. Fast is not good for me because I have a big river with a big drop into the river, and it would be very quickly, I would need a compact tractor to pull the zero turn out of the bloody river. You know what I mean? So and the thing about a compact tractor is I could get it on the road and drive to somewhere and I could make money with it. Anything's a boat if you float it hard enough. Or a submarine if you don't. Guys, excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. Guys, for you guys to come on at the end there, I start at 9 o'clock Irish time, which is 55 minutes ago. I thought you didn't want flotation tires. I thought you wanted heavy tires to keep it down. I might ask Oregon. I don't know where to take the Oregon thing. I did email them back being very grateful about everything and thank you very much. And I did say that I used to review stuff for them, but they just sort of stopped contacting me. And I would like to review stuff again because like I use their equipment all the time. I was cutting grass all week and all I was using was Oregon equipment. Yes, the link I shared, guys, is for Tool. Yes, Benjamin, I really hope it gets better. Hey, I really hope it gets better soon. Keep your finger out of the log splitter. That's a bit of free advice. Might be a bit late. Apologies. But Jesus, man, I hope you heal up soon. I hope it doesn't turn out to be something. Guys, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty.